Hey guys, bag week continues. Yes, today we're taking a look at a shoulder bag. This bag is made by Lowepro. Lowepro makes a lot of pretty high-end, high-quality camera bags. This bag is in the Streamline series. This is the Streamline 250. The Streamline series, I believe, is constructed of a little bit lighter weight materials, and they're really meant more for just day-to-day, casual, walkabout type of use. I actually really appreciate the lightweight, and this bag has some pretty nice features. So let's take a look at the Streamline 250. It's a shoulder bag, kind of a messenger bag style, constructed out of, I guess, vinyl slash polyester. Again, it's kind of light in weight. The zippers are kind of thin. They do have these sort of plasticky pull cords on them. There is a main pocket here, accessible on the outside, that has two reasonably well padded pockets inside. And at the moment I have a lens in here, and I also have a little RX100. You will notice I do not have a DSLR or larger mirrorless body. That's because these two pockets are frankly pretty small. The opening is pretty small, and unless you have just a tiny pancake lens, you're probably not going to fit your camera and lens in these pockets. So I can only assume they're primarily intended for lenses. There's a flip up pocket on the outside and a couple of hidden storage spaces here that do not close, so I wouldn't be putting too many valuables here, but I suppose they could be useful. There's also a little hook for a little additional storage of something. And on the back of the bag, there is another pocket that sadly does not close in any way. So that's only marginally useful. And when we look at the main cavity of the bag, again, which kind of zips open and close with a zipper, hiding to the back is a little iPad or tablet pocket. This is pretty well padded, so I really would have no hesitation putting a full-size iPad in there. And in the main cavity, which is the most logical place to put a camera, you've got a pretty large space. However, the bottom of the bag, for some reason, is not really padded. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they designed this bag and neglected to include padding on the bottom of the bag. So like if you were to set a camera body or a lens or something that's really, I guess, vulnerable to damage or impact damage down on a hard surface like stone or concrete, you could potentially, I suppose, dent or damage your expensive gear because there's no padding on this bag. So what some guys will do is actually modify this bag a little bit and put some padding in the bottom, because overall the bag itself is really, well constructed, and other than that glaring omission, it's pretty well designed and pretty high quality materials. So I think some guys will put bubble wrap, or hopefully you can come up with something a little bit more artful, like some foam padding at the bottom of the bag. If you do that, you've got a nice lightweight shoulder type of bag. Now I'm going to show you what the bag looks like if you're actually wearing it. Give you a little styling modeling display. And you see you can just wear the bag over your shoulder like this. I actually find bags in this style quite comfortable and natural to use, and I think this could be a good bag maybe when you're traveling overseas. Once again, if you want to kind of keep your stuff in front of you, because I've had issues at times overseas. If I'm wearing a backpack, then I'm vulnerable to pickpockets. And yes, there are places where people will sneak up behind you and try and break into your backpack. So there are certain advantages to having your stuff in front of you. So I think, these little shoulder bags like this in the messenger style are actually quite useful. They're quite good for just walkabout purposes. Unfortunately, this one might have a slight Merce motif going on here. It's not the manliest bag out there. It's not the most feminine bag either. I guess they would say it's gender neutral. It is, you know, black, obviously. Yeah, so it's pretty discreet, doesn't call a whole lot of attention to itself. Kind of large for my purposes. Like if I'm just gonna go out and let's say I have a mirrorless body and a spare lens, this is probably a bit much for me, but I do appreciate the utility of this bag, and it is quite useful for just hauling gear from one place to the next. So that's the Lowepro Streamline 250 shoulder bag. If you want to check out other reviews of this bag, I'll put a link to this exact bag in the description on YouTube for this video. And I'll also put a link to some other Lowepro bags, because Lowepro makes a massive selection of really high quality camera bags. Again, this one isn't the most rugged they make by any means, but it's pretty good for just a daily walkabout type of bag. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe and lo-lo-ho.
If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Feel free to leave a comment. And of course, don't forget to subscribe.